Hi, I'm Mr. Bennett from Waterfront UTC, and today I'm going to be continuing the theme of networks. By the end of this video, you'll know what a virtual network is and understand the concept of layers. Now, virtual networks, this is a continuation from a previous challenge video. A virtual network is created by grouping devices on a network using software. It does not change the physical appearance of the network, so where the computers are or where the cabling is, it simply puts them into groups. Think about your school. You may have 2 or 3 computer suites. In order to make these rooms easier to manage with fault finding, adding software and upgrades and such, you group these rooms into 3 virtual networks, calling them CS1, 2 and 3. Question. List 3 advantages of using a virtual network. Pause the video, have a think, and write down your answers. So some advantages of using virtual networks. It's easier to manage software. It's easy to add or remove devices. There's no need to re-cable. Network traffic should be less congested as traffic is directed to the appropriate group. And parts of a virtual network can have added security. So here's a research task for you. Research what are virtual private networks, VPNs. How and where are they used? What are the benefits and drawbacks of using them? So now we're going to look at this concept of layers and the TCPIP model. In networking, the process of sending data is made easier to understand by using the concept of layers. The TCPIP model uses 2 main protocols: TCP, the transmission control protocol, and IP, the internet protocol. Now remember, a protocol is a set of rules which need to be followed in order for devices to communicate with each other. Think of this model, the TCPIP model, as a cake or a sandwich. It's made up of layers. Each layer has its own features, protocols, that can be looked after by a specific person. It's also easy to see where problems might be, and fixing them should not impact on the other layers. By using layers, we break down the complicated process of sending data across the network into small chunks. Decomposition. This is a very, very big keyword in computer science. So here's a diagram showing the TCPIP model, 4 layers. Now there are other models out there. So we start off with the application layer. This is where our user interfaces are, so what you and I see when we log onto the computer, our web browsers and email software. And it uses such protocols that you've seen before, like HTTP, the Hypertext Transfer Protocol, HTTPS, SMTP and POP. It moves on to the transport layer. Now this uses the Transmission Control Protocol, TCP, to split the data into packets, so those small chunks. And it adds header information into those packets, including the packet number, the total number of packets, and error checking. Then we have the internet layer. It's also known as the network layer. Now this uses the internet protocol, IP, to add the source and destination IP addresses to the header and then routes them. Finally, we have this bottom layer, the data link layer, or the network interface layer or physical layer. This is the layer that actually transmits the data using the local network protocols like Wi-Fi or Ethernet. So some tasks for you. First of all, write a paragraph which explains the purpose of using layering to understand how data is sent across a network. Include advantages. Create a colourful poster which shows how the TCP/IP layer model works. Now you may also want to have a look at the OSI model, just to see if you want to challenge yourself. A challenge question to finish. A bank uses a local area network to connect all the computers in its head office. Computers in the network can be identified using both IP addresses and MAC addresses. I want you to describe the main difference between IP addresses and MAC addresses. Thank you for watching, and again, don't forget to check out the rest of our videos at our Waterfront UTC YouTube channel.